by the end of this video, you're going to have this little sequence. Okay, that might look a little bit complicated. I'm going to do it one more time, very slowly, and I'm going to show you how it's really easy if we break it down. This is basic freestyle that you can do all without leaving the ground. So the first part, essentially, was a little backside 540. So 360, 540, and then up into that little kind of tail drag switch frontside 360. So the first thing we need to be able to do is both backside and frontside 180s across the slope. So we're going to come across, I'm going to show you those to begin with, and it's going to be by adding those two together we get the first little 360. So first thing, on the toe side, backside 180, lead arm comes up the slope, push the board around like that, into switch frontside 360, lead arm up the slope, push the board around like that. Let's do that a couple more times. I'm going to show you some of the important things you need to make sure that you do as you're doing that backside 180 and that switch frontside 180. So I start on the toe side and I keep the board on the toes the whole way through the rotation, and then once the 180 is complete, I rock back onto my heels. For the switch frontside 180, I push the board around on the heels. When the 180 is complete, I rock forward onto the toes, okay? It's really important that you don't dip onto your other edge too early on in the turn, because that's how you'll catch your edge as you're going across the slope. So one more time, we're gonna do that backside 180, straight into that switch frontside 180. Use your arms to initiate the spin, and you can see it's already starting to link together to form a backside 360. Coming across, just watching out for the other skiers as we're coming down. So this time I want that smooth backside 360, so I'm going to use my arms a little bit more, a little bit momentum to help me get that full spin, so I'm getting that full backside 360, okay? But if you remember to that opening sequence, the first part was actually a backside 540, so we need another 180. We need a little backside 180 at the end. However, this one we're going to do slightly differently. For that backside 360, or for that backside 180 and that switch frontside 180, we were essentially rotating our upper body in the same way that we were spinning. And this meant I needed to do a little bit of pre-wind. I kind of open up my shoulders like that and spin them in the direction I'm going to create that rotation. But for this final 180, we're actually going to do the opposite. We're going to counter rotate. I've kind of used that pre-wind. It's enough to get me round on that 360, but then I'm going to counter rotate to get that final 180, and that's also going to put me into a position that's going to allow for the second part of the sequence, but I'll come on to that in a minute. So what I mean by counter rotating is that you're twisting your upper and lower body now against each other, okay? So if that's my lower body, that's my upper body, I'm kind of twisting them against each other, a bit like you're wringing out a towel. So as I'm going across on my toes, rather than my front hand leading up the slope like that, I'm actually going to pull it back, open up my body and kick my back foot out, okay? This is a bit that sometimes gets a little bit confusing, and it means I'm actually going to end up in a really twisted position with my upper and lower body fully twisted against each other, and then I need to unwind from that position, okay? So I'll just quickly show you that across the slope here. So let's just dip down. As a kid learning to ski, I want to make sure we give him plenty of room. My shoulders start in line with the board, and I twist them against each other like that, and you can see I've got that real kind of twist going on with my upper and lower body that I just need to unwind against as I ride on out. So let's come round, we'll do a few more of those counter-rotated backside 180s before adding it on to the end of that 360. All right, let's get some room. Round we come, off to the side. Ooh, it's getting busy. So coming across the slope, you see my shoulders start off in line. I don't need any pre-wind. Upper and lower body against each other. Head turns, looking on out. Okay? That's that counter-rotated backside 180. And we're now just going to throw that in at the end of this little 360, giving us this full 540. Okay, so I'll do it nice and slow to begin with. Go on, through you go. Coming out. Ooh, damn. Jeez. Oh, I think someone just took his mum out. Okay, we'll give them some space. Let's come round. They seem to have people with them. Oof, that looked nasty. Okay. Coming across. open my arms up, backside 360, counter rotate that last little 180. Let's come round, let me show you a couple more of those. So for the initiation, you can really see I use my arms to pull me around, and then at the end, I just kind of scissor that last 180, kind of kick my back foot out to get that final bit. Now, the reason we wanted this counter-rotational movement at the end, it allows you to quickly flick around that last 180, yes, but it means that I finish up in this kind of twisted position here. And as I pull myself round, we're going to take that into the final part of the sequence, that little kind of front side 360 where I just lifted up my front foot and kind of dragged my tail in the snow. So we're going to show you that. There's almost a bit of air here, but I'm going to try and stay true to my tagline here. We are keeping at least part of the board on the ground. So this is essentially that same frontside 360 that we practiced earlier, the second part of that backside 360. So let's switch frontside 360. Only this time, as I open up, I'm not only going to pull my arm up the slope, I'm going to kind of lift it upwards a little bit and kind of lift my front knee up towards my chest to lift the front of my board up around on the snow, and the tail is just going to drag on round. Okay. Sorry, I'm just waiting for some more skiers to go. I'm glancing up, she seems to be on her feet, which is good. So, round we come, open the arms up, lift that front foot up, and then just stomp the board back down onto your toes. Let's do that one more time. So, coming in, switch, open the arms, lift the front foot. Oh, I got stuck in a bit of snow. Let me give you another demo, that was poor. Open the arms up like this, stomp the board back down. So now we land here, back on the toe side, in line with the board, and we're just going to throw in one more of those little counter-rotated backside 180s to finish the sequence off. So I'm going to show you that little switch frontside 360 where we're lifting that front foot up, and as soon as I land, as soon as I stomp it down, throw out that little counter-rotation to just get the board out and around. Here we go. Come on in, I'll let you get a bit closer. So, open up, land, counter-rotate, gives me that final section. Okay, so very slowly, I'm going to show you one more time across the slope, the whole sequence. So it's backside 540, in to that little switch, front 360, lifting the front foot up, and then we're going to try and get it together nice and smooth. So, coming around, on my toes, back 360, 540, open up, and round. Okay, that's the whole sequence, and you'll notice I've been practicing the entire thing kind of traversing across the slope on my toe side. And we're only on a green slope here, but you don't really want to do this in the full line if you're on something with a little bit more gradient, because you'll start picking up speed very quickly and you can be out of control quite quickly. But what we've got now, and similar to how I demonstrated at the very top, it's a little bit more flatter, so I can do it a bit more in the full line, but I am going to always start off going in on my toe side. Okay, so let's just try and show you the full sequence. I might just shut up for a minute so I can actually do it rather than talking you through it. Okay. Coming round onto my toes. Okay, I'm actually going to knock a little bit of speed off for this next one. A little bit easier if you're not going too fast. Round we come, get onto my toes. Across we come. So I like to have a bit of a setup turn. I find it helps me. Just come in on that toe side here, use the arms, counter rotate, up, round we go. There you have it, a little simple freestyle sequence you can do without having to leave the ground. I don't really know the name for it. It all got a bit confusing there with all the terminology. That doesn't matter. Give it a go, get spinning, have some fun, and I'll see you guys, thank you for watching, in the next one.